Hi student, myself Dr. Salve Prakash, Associate Professor, Department of Geography, रयत शिक्षण संस्थात महाराजा जिवाजीराव शिंदे महाविद्यालय श्रीगोंदा, डिस्ट्रिक्ट अहमदनगर, affiliated by Savitribai Phule, Pune University, Pune. Today we discuss about FYBSc Geography, Choice-Based Credit System, syllabus to implemented from academic year 2019 to 2020, semester first, paper first. Now the title of papers: Introduction to Physical Geography, paper first. Today we discuss unit number second, the Earth system. Point cover the crustal movement of holdings. Okay, now come to the points. The crustal movements. The crustal movements means due to intense heat and pressure, different forces that develop in the interior of the earth. Some of these internal forces are very slow and the effects are visible for only after a long period times, while other internal force act suddenly like earthquakes, and the effect on the earth crust are visible within a short periods. Okay? Some movements the long period and some periods is the very short periods. Short period they create the volcanic activities as well as earthquake activities, and the short long period the movement of crustal the very slowly the folding and faulting process. The surface of the earth is continuously changing. Various structures of reliefs features come into existence as a resultant the process of dystrophism. Dystrophism includes all the process force which disturb and dislocated of the crust. Yeah. Okay, now fold. What is mean by fold? The occurs when the rocks are deformed slowly due to pressure. Slowly, both sides of pressure compress. This is the compression process. Is a process of forcing some things into the smaller compress, reducing the volume by the processing of together. Now fault, cracks happens when the rocks are deformed quickly due to the pressure of tension, the fracture. Here cracks, so many cracks, the tensional force faults. This force is tensional, is a pulling force trending to stretch to cause an extension of a body or to restore the simple of the extending elastic objects. Now next, the endogenetic force. Endogenetic force coming with the earth are called as endogenetic force, which cause two types of movement of the earth: slow movement or dystrophism and sudden movements. The slow movements long period changes occurs too slowly than the man unable notice such during his life period. Not म्हणजे त्याचा जे काय आहे तो त्याच्या लाईफमध्ये त्याचा अनेलेबल करू शकत नाही किंवा त्याचं करू शकत नाही. ऑन दी बेसिस ऑफ देअर रिझल्ट्स ऑन द स्ट्रक्चर really features their dystrophism movements here are divided into two groups, that is the vertical movements, the endogenetic force. This name has been derived from the Greek words epiros, meaning the continental vertical movements cause uplift and subduction of continental masses through upward and downward movements. Both of the movements is in fact vertical movements. These force and resultant movements affects long of the continents. These are further divided into two types. Then the upward movements and downward movements, the emergence force. Here upward movements. When upward movements, the upliftment of the whole continents are the part of their of USA, Russia, and the upliftment of coastal lands of the continent. Such type of the upliftment is called continental and plateaus. Here, these regions, the upliftment, the both plates come together, and one plate is decline and one is upward. This part is upliftment, the Himalayan mountain ranges. Okay, now downward movements. Then submerge force. Subsidence land area, alternatively the land or near the sea coast, is movement downward or is subsided below the sea level, and is this the submerged under the sea water. Such type of downward movements is called submergence. Yeah, downward direction movement is the downward direction, and here the upward direction movement is upward direction. Like this, the Himalayan mountainous ranges, and here the fault. Okay, the downward movements. Then the horizontal movements, the orogenetic force. Horizontally movements, the word orogenetic has been derived from Greek words oros, meaning mountain. These movements are responsible for the formation of mountain ranges, and hence the name horizontal force and movement are also called a transitional force in opposite directions. Yeah, opposite directions and toward the earth other, these called tensional force. Tensional force create cracks in the tensional force create the cracks, features and faults in the crustal part of the earth. Then the horizontal movement is orogenetic force is compressional force, both sides the compressional. The force when operates force to face is called compressional force. Compressional force cause crustal bending leading to a formation of folds or crustal parts, crustal rapid, leading to local rise of the crustal parts. Horizontal movements force is two types. The foldings occur as a result of compressional force. Horizontal movements acting toward a the common point, both sides the compress and middle the point with folding. Horizontal movements acting towards the common point produce compressional, which form bending are known as the fold. This type of folds which form sorry, fold mountain come into existence due to such foldings. In the compressional and mountain buildings, the both sides the compress and the middle points become upliftments. Yeah. For example, the Himalayas, for example, where the rise of the compressional that accompanied collision of the Indian plates, Eurasian plate and Indian plates move to each other. With the Eurasian plate, another example is the Europe Alps and Jura mountains, which are also formed to horizontal compression, generated in their case by collision with the African plates and the Eurasian plates. Then the deformation, the process by which the shape of rocks change because the stress. There are two types of stress that occurs in rocks. The first is compressions. Compression occurs here, the both side compression here, the rock bending. Compression occurs when the rocks is squeezed. Compression happen when two plates collides at the convergent boundaries. Compression occurs the form of large mountain ranges. Yeah. Then the tensional force. The tensional occurs when the object is the stretched. Tensional occur when the plates the fault. That's the tensional faults. When plates move away from each other plates boundaries. At the mid-Atlantic range, the seafloor is spreading at the rate of about 3 centimeters per year. The frequency of earthquake at the mid-ocean range will depend on how much tension is happening at the point. The more tensions means the more seafloor spreading, resulting in the higher frequency of earthquake at the particular mid-ocean reach. Then the fold. A symmetrical fold consists of two distinct parts here. Two distinct parts of layer rocks. The bends upward and anticline. While the layer of rocks the bend downward from syncline. The two sides of the folds are called limbs. Here, the both side the part of limbs. Here limbs. Here the anticline and syncline. Here the anticline with upward direction and syncline means downward direction movements. The angle between the two limbs are anticline, middle here limbs of the syncline is called the axis of fold. Here the axis of fold. Two anticline here join and the axis of fold, axis of planes. Then the definition of folds. Folds are wave-like structure that result from the formation of bending formation or other originally planar surface in the rocks. Fold can be very broad to thinly compressed. They may occur either isolated fold is extensive folds train of the different sides. Then the folding. The folding is the bending of rocks layer due to the stress in the earth crust. Here the horizontal folds. Here this type horizontal, and here the plunging folds. Yes, not horizontal. Here horizontal level and there the decline. Here decline. So is called plunging folds. Depending on how rocks layer deform, different type of folds occurs. The anticline, syncline, monocline, in the type of foldings. Here plunging, anticline. Here syncline. Here syncline means downward direction and anticline means upward direction. Here the upward direction movements and downward direction movement. Here anticlines. Here the both limbs come together and middle portion is uplifted. Here middle portion uplifted. The photographs in the rock structure or rock stratas. An anticline occurs when a tectonic plate is compressed by the movements of the other plates. These occurs the center of the compressed plate of the bends in an upward motion. The fold mountains are formed when the crust of the pushed up and tectonic plates collides. When formed, these mountains are usually enormous, like the newly formed Rocky Mountain in Western Canada and the United States. Then the top rights of features anticlines. Beneath the picture see the Rocky Mountains, anticlines, and anticline is an upward arching folds and anticline is the formed when there is horizontal stress or rocks layer. Then the syncline. Here downward direction, the movement is downward direction. Here the both limbs, the middle portion is downward. Here the some photographs here, both side of compress. Anticline is similar to an anticline in that it is formed by the compression of tectonic plates. However, a syncline occurs when the plate bends in downward motions. Here, downward motion. The lowest part of the syncline is known as throw. Yeah, the lowest part, the throw. The top right is the diagram of syncline fold. The bottom of the fold is center is throw. Beneath is an example for a syncline in California. Can you distinguish the throw in these features? Syncline downward move, folds, and they are also called by horizontal strays, etc. Then the monocline. Monocline are rocks layer there are that are fold so both ends, yeah, both ends of the fold is horizontal. Yeah, this is some reference book, and the photographs source is www.google.com, and the some material taken from www.wikipedia.org. Okay, thank you.